Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome. We are live from London for the Real Play Cities Challenge Award ceremony. The award and the ceremony are brought to you by the Real Play Coalition and the Placemaking X. The Real Play Coalition is represented by its partners, Arup, IKEA Inca Group, National Geographic, UNICEF, and the LEGO Foundation. Placemaking X is represented by Stipo and Huasi Pichanga. My name is Dasha Mosconas. I am an urban designer and a researcher at Arup, one of the Real Play Coalition members. And it is my huge pleasure to guide you through this event today. I know that many of you have been waiting for this event for quite some time. Okay, to start, I would like to ask Minouche Besters, who is a partner at Stipo in Amsterdam, representing Placemaking X, to switch on her camera. Minouche, what is the award that we are announcing today?
Hi, Dasha. Yeah, thank you. The award we are announcing today is about local communities and global challenges. And it's the second edition of the Real Play City Challenge. And the challenge is a way to gather urban practitioners, placemakers, city authorities, developers, researchers to gather the best examples around the world that tackle global challenges through play. And it was such an inspiring event to organize it all. We had entries from 94 different entries from 41 different countries around the globe. There was so much enthusiasm, and we're really, really happy with that.
Thank you, Minouche. Amazing. So this award is answering one really big and important question, which is how can play heal people and places, support climate action, and unite us all? And it is a question that has been hugely debated at COP27. So it is really great that this final award ceremony that demonstrates so much action in this field is coinciding with the last day of this very important gathering. So to answer this question, today we are going to travel around the world to see and experience the power of play and to celebrate the winners of the award in different contexts, in different corners of the globe. You will hear from the Real Play Coalition members, from the jury members, and from the winners, of course. I would like to ask our audience to join as well. So please drop your questions in the Q&A section that is, I believe, in the top of your screen. And you can do that throughout the event, because at the end, we are going to answer as many of those questions as the time permits. Also, how can this be a celebration of play if we don't play a little bit? So I would like to invite all of you to join this playful task that we have prepared. So grab a piece of paper, a crayon, any pencil you have around you, and make a little drawing or write, either in your language or with your own handwriting, the answer to the following question. And my colleague Akshaya is going to put the question in the announcement as well. So the question is, what is the value of play that shine through the Real Play Cities Challenge Awards? What is the value of play that you see through this? Akshaya is also going to put a link to the folder where you should upload the photo of your work. So please take a photo of what you have drawn and then upload it there, because I'm going to call out many of you to tell us and to show us what you have been working on, so we can all play a little bit. Okay, now finally, it is time to introduce Bo Stjerne Thompson, who is the Vice President of the LEGO Foundation. Bo, hello. Can you tell us why is play so very relevant, especially now?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and greetings everyone, and welcome to the Real Play Coalition 2022 award ceremony. I'm here from Denmark at the LEGO campus, and I found the space room. I know it's a different kind of space we talk about today, but I think the rocket seemed appropriate for launching the new awards here. And I also brought a little house, thinking about a little young woman who brought her bicycle into the house. I think that was quite a good example of how to create play across different boundaries here. So play, first I would say that the physical environment is absolutely critical for how children develop and learn, because they need that sensory input. They need the opportunity to move around, to touch, to interact, to socialize. And this is how they shape their sense of belonging, their identity, And that's particularly important in a world that is increasingly fragmented right now. And in many parts of the world, we see that where play and the opportunities to heal and that stimulation is not a precondition, particularly for children who live in dense neighborhoods, in polluted areas affected by climate change, or in very unsafe places. So we believe that children deserve better. And I think it should be our most modest promise to our youngest that they have safe and playful experiences and spaces where they can learn and laugh and explore and grow. And we know that many children, millions of children, are not getting that opportunity, and that the number of children in cities are just growing rapidly over the coming years. So we see that play with the Real Play City Challenge is important to inspire placemakers, to show governments, international organizations and urban professionals how they can create more playful opportunities. And that's what everyone has done here that we were going to see later today. And when you ask what it is about play, well, evolution has equipped us with this extraordinary ability to learn through play, because we are born so extremely adaptive as humans, and our brains develop, our cognitive architecture develops, influenced by the environments we are in. So it's through the stimulation of materials, relationships, and the ecosystems around us that we develop our capacity to learn, our social, emotional, our creative capacities. And what cities provide, well, they provide the infrastructure, they provide the services, the public goods to people on a large scale, directly impacting millions of children. And that's why we think we should have the opportunities to play in these environments. But it's not only spaces alone. What we see here from the challenge is it's strong places, it's place making, forming values, forming identities, social life. And it is because cities can be much more responsive to the needs of children. And it does offer these opportunities for children to grow, to develop, to learn, no matter if it's in the park, in the playground, at the outdoor market, whether it's reinvigorating public transportation spaces to be more colorful and sensory to spark curiosity, or whether it's walkways turning into jumping games, or facades into symbols that children can manipulate, or it's whether individual businesses that tries to provide some positive, stimulating sensory experiences that are authentic and works with the community. So we believe that that's something cities are able to evolve to right now, and there are tremendous benefits we get in return, because playful cities become more appealing and more attractive to its residents. Actually, when you have playful cities, it's associated with higher levels of volunteering and community action. It improves social cohesion between different ethnic groups when you have that opportunity to actively engage in the environment. It reduces incidents of antisocial behavior and vandalism. And when we move through spaces we enjoy, we feel we belong. And when spaces are well designed with participation, we feel proud, we feel heard, we feel respected, and we take greater responsibility for the society we live in. So all over the world, we believe that this livability in communities will have such positive impact, and we can make cities more attractive and sustainable. So with all the challenges we have faced over the past years, and in some instances, they just keep on coming, play represents the opportunity. It's the optimism. It's the way we can channel that optimism through an environment that gives us agency and choice for anyone, no matter the background. So I'll say thank you, everyone, on behalf of the Real Play Coalition, as a jury member, as an advocate for play in the built environment. Thank you for the wealth of ideas, the diversity, the quality of these also. They were not only the contribution of one individual, many of them were the communities coming together. So that really sets the stage for positive change. So congratulations to everyone, the teams today. We trust that you will share, inspire, and impact many more children and families and citizens all over the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you both. Thank you so much for these words and for reminding us all about how powerful play really is. Okay, I would just like to remind the audience one more time to use the Q&A section for questions and comments, and also how you're doing with your drawings. Come on, we want to see some uploads in that folder later on. Okay, as I said in the opening, we're going to go for a journey around the globe today to celebrate the winners and to see the power play that Bo was just telling us about. So we will start with the first of three categories: play that heals, play in the context of conflict. Huge congratulations to our winners, Kohima Smart City Development Limited and Colors of Connection, as well as highly commended projects by Athens Comic Library and We Are Community, Public Space Network, and the White Helmets. So let's travel first to Kohima in India. Pocket Park is an initiative that transformed unused and neglected urban spaces into play pocket parks. Avelu, the assistant of the CEO, is today here with us. Avelu, can you tell us what was healed through the play in your project?
So first of all, we're very excited to be part of the Real Play Challenge, and we are elated to be one of the winners of the Real Play Challenge. So for the Forest Colony Park, this was formerly a dumping site where garbage was dumped. And Kohima is also a hilly city where space is limited, and the children parks and open spaces are located in the periphery and beyond city limits, where parents would have to drive an hour or two to reach the nearest children play parks. So this was also an initiative of the community, where the community decided to transform the space into a play area as well as a place where a recreational kind of a space. And Kohima Smart City came in with the interventions for the early childhood interventions, and that's how this pocket park was conceptualized and realized. So this one unique thing is that it was also initiated by the community. So this was post-pandemic, and as we came out of the pandemic, I think all of us struggled to come back to normalcy. So we have testimonies from parents who have shared their experiences where they felt that the park restored some really important sense of normalcy, especially in children. And we have also seen that all ages, come to this park. It's not only children, but caregivers and even elderly people who would come to this area and just, find social exchange. So I think this has been a very important space where a lot of normalcy, a lot of healing took place after that, the pandemic.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Avelu. Amazing project. And we are so happy that you are here with us today. We continue our journey to Goma in Congo. Girl Awakening is a project that encourages creative play for girls to address trauma and encourage their empowerment. Christina Mali is the executive director and co-founder. Christina, can you tell us about the impact that this project had on one of the participants?
There we go.
Hello.
Happy to be here, and yeah, so thrilled and honored to be able to share with you all and meet other finalists as well. I think that so often in the context we're working in, for example, with very marginalized girls in Goma, there's not very much individual attention that they're getting or recognition about what they do. And so in the creative process that we have various creative activities, as well as this image up here that shows public mural making. In those activities, they feel, they have this feeling that they are seen, and that they feel so proud about the fact that they've created something. And so that impact comes up again and again when we talk with participants about their experience. Sometimes they'll use the word that they feel that they've been awakened, or that they feel that something new has been born in them. And those are very powerful testimonies. So I think that's just the magic of creativity. It is a very empowering tool to use, and it's also very healing. I think that's why, that's definitely one of the reasons why we're so passionate about it and interested in it, given the level of traumatic events that different youth experience, and how there aren't very many opportunities for healing in their lives. So we believe that art is something that we can use to address trauma, and something that is universal and accessible to everyone. So we just really want to encourage it to be used as much as possible. We do have open source resources for people that we'd love to share on the mural making process and creative activities as well. So please get in touch if that's interesting. And yeah, just excited to be part of that innovative work.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Christina, so much. I think, for me personally, the value of being part of this organization of this was to get to know about people like you and organizations that are doing incredible things. So thank you so much for being here. We are now continuing with highly commended projects in Play That Heals category. Baitna Hub in Athens, in Greece, literally means home, and it is a safe place for play within prolonged periods of distress and insecurity. Changing Faces competition in Nairobi brings green play spaces into urban environments. And No Child Left Behind in Idlib in Syria enables children with disability to access play. Can Dina, Nasserian, and Muzna turn on their cameras and show us your drawings or words that you have written about the value of this award? Here they are. What do we have? Camps, community, hope. Amazing.
Hope from camps.
Hope, yes. Hope from camps. Nice. Very nice. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for participating. It was great to have you here.
Thanks.
Okay, before we continue with the next category, I would like to invite Anne Colley to, she's joining us from Geneva, Switzerland. Anne is a global corporate partnership manager at UNICEF and an RPC member. And Anne, can you show us and tell us what strikes you about this award? Can you show us your drawing?
Yes. So to me, it's about, care and joy. And I have to admit, this is super inspiring to see all these just fantastic ideas. And it's just wanted to thank all the participants for their inspiration. And play, as Bo mentioned, play is really crucial for children who've gone through stress, trauma. Play helps bring comfort, normality. It helps processing, and it helps, just like we saw in Kohima, it helps with inclusion, because it's not just for children, it's also for caregivers, it's also for the community. So it is really, really inspiring to see everything that you have put with this award. I mean, for UNICEF, play is really, a priority for, for children on the move. So, they can find safe spaces where they can heal and just bring, have a sense of normalcy. This is the way children operate, through play. So really, really thrilled about the awards and the fantastic work that is going on all over the world. Congratulations all.
Thank you, Anne. And yes, congratulations indeed. Let's continue with the second award category, play that supports climate action. Congratulations to our incredible winners, Indoor Smart City Development Limited, Holistic Actions for Development and Empowerment, as well as highly commended projects from Erect Architecture, Evergreen Canada, and Space for Play. So first, we are going to travel to Indore in India. Breathe and Play Freely is aiming to convert 504 open spaces into sponge points and oxygen banks that also enable play. Through the lens of your project, Divyang, the CEO, can you tell us why is play important for climate action?
Hi everyone. On behalf of Divyang Singh sir, I'm here Rupal Chopra. So he was something last minute came up. So it's an honor on receiving this award on behalf of Indore. And so Indore is actually located in central India, and it is the largest city of Madhya Pradesh, the state. And it is amongst 25 most densely populated cities of India, with 12% of population under 0 to 6 age group, which is a huge number. And with the rapidly growing and densely, stress level was going, the lack of exposure, which was decreasing. So the need was felt for that. And to ensure climate resilience, city is working in the sector of air, water, soil, industrial transport, and green habits. So Breathe and Play Freely in Clean and Green Indore is an initiative of Indore Smart City along with Indore Municipal Corporation to develop play spaces that support climate actions. So as you also mentioned that we have identified another 504 open spaces to play spaces, convert into play spaces, and they'll be basically the sponge points and oxygen banks for Indore, because the plantation activities and the related activities are also encouraged in these spaces. And the spaces are being developed as park at city level, urban forest, neighborhood level, and pocket parks to ensure hierarchy of spaces, for the spaces for everybody. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rupal. Thank you for being here today, and also for applying for the award, so you can share this amazing work with everyone. We continue our journey. Thank you to Kampala in Uganda. Climate Smart Play Space creates play spaces using recycled material, as you can see on this picture, and at the same time generates income for the caregivers. Denise Atseng, the Program Assistant Coordinator, is today here with us. Denise, what are the three main climate positive outputs of this project? How does this help climate? Oh, can you switch on your microphone? Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Acheng Denise from Kampala, Holistic Actions for Development and Empowerment. So the project has helped to skill over 250 youth, including young mothers and children, with a generation income of $90 from the products made from waste. It has also reduced flooding in the community, since the plastic waste that would clog the drainage channels are collected on a monthly basis. Yeah.
Yes, amazing, incredible. Thank you very much, Denise. It is really great to see the power of play through this project as well. Okay, let's see what are the highly commended projects in Play that supports climate action category. A playground that comes alive when it rains from London demonstrates ingenious integration of blue infrastructure and play. Climate-ready schools in Milton in Canada transform school courtyards to adapt to climate change, increasing biodiversity, reducing flooding, and addressing the heat island effect. And Grey Goes Green in a golden process from Haarlem in the Netherlands has been implemented in over 30 schoolyards, providing healthy and stimulating play and empowering children to take climate action. Can Nozomi, Heidi, and Renette turn on their cameras and show us what they did or drew? Renette, are you there? Oh yes, Renette, can you tell us a little bit about your page?
Yes, I think play supports freedom for children, and it's our duty of adults to give children the space to play, but also to enable them to take climate action. There are hardly any places in cities, but schoolyards are often open, and an integrated approach to greenify the schoolyards with education, combined with education, gives children the space and gives cities climate oasis, climate adaptive oases.
Exactly, amazing. Thank you, Renette. How about you, Nozomi? Did you what did you make? Oh wow, play, rain or shine, amazing. Do you want to tell us something about it?
Sure. So our project is Holland Park, and we have combined sustainable urban drainage and playground as one feature. The park was suffering from flooding issues, and we have worked to sort of combine rain gardens, water reservoir as a playable feature within our playgrounds. Yeah, and here we can see a picture of part of the park.
Thank you very much, Nozomi. Yes, I think we are still going to hear about this climate action through play. I think in the world it is a great combination. Thank you both. So before we continue with the next category, I would like to invite Kobus van der Heever from London, who is a project director at National Geographic and Real Play Coalition member, to show us his drawing about the value of these awards to him. Hi, Kobus.
Hi, everyone. You can't see that.
Maybe bring it closer to your shirt. I think like that we will see it. If you bring it closer to your body. Yes, future.
All right, cool.
Excellent.
Fantastic. So I had the word future because I think it's lovely to see how cities and initiatives that we are recognizing and celebrating today are investing in the future of children by focusing on the importance of skills development through play, whilst at the same time also addressing key topics such as recycling and improving and creating green play spaces. So just well done to everyone who participated.
Thank you, Kobus. Future, amazing. Future through the greenery. Very nice drawing. Okay, continuing with the third and the final category of the Real Play City Challenge Award, Play That Unites Us All. Congratulations to our winners, Greater Warangal Municipal Corporation and Espacio, as well as highly commended projects by Basurama and Rourkela Smart City. So we are traveling to India again, this time to Warangal, and we have Srinivasa, Chief Horticulture Officer with us today. Greater Warangal Municipal Corporation transforms dumping grounds and neglected spaces into play oases. Can we see the next picture so we can see the project a bit closer? Yes, this one, yes. So as you can see, it is really a play oasis. Srinivasa, are you here? Are you here with us today? Maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, then we will continue with the second winner, and we traveled now to Cali in Colombia. Vivo Mi Calle, together with children, transforms neglected places into loved places. Lina Quinones, Healthy Cities Lead, is here today with us. Lina, what are 3 main social positive outcomes of Vivo Mi Calle? We can hear you. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, no. Well, thank you, Dasha. We are really, really happy to receive this award. This is a project we have been working on for over 3 years, and we are starting our phase 2. So we hope to continue for 3 more years. 3 main outcomes. We have seen how the community comes together here in El Poblado in Eastern Cali. This is a community that has a lot of challenges, and to truly see them come together around these play spaces has been very inspiring. We have seen how children and adolescents have recognized that they actually have a voice, that they can be heard and they can affect change in their community. And now they have new views and possibilities in their lives. And then we have 2 beautiful new spaces for children to play and adolescents to meet their friends and the community to gather together. And this has been truly fantastic, a truly inspiring project. Just a comment that Colombia is with an O, not an U. We have a hashtag for that. It's Colombia, not Columbia. But that's just a comment on that. But thank you. We are really, really happy to receive this award.
Thank you, Lina. And I am definitely going to follow the hashtag. Sorry for this. Yes, it is amazing, and you know how people usually say how play is not a serious business, but actually the benefits from play are quite serious, and it is really amazing to see this shining through the projects. We will continue with the highly commended projects for play that unites us all category. So Autocoles from Madrid demonstrates equality through sustainable playground regeneration, and play-friendly slums in Rourkela involves children of leprosy-affected people fighting the stigma around this disease. So really another 2 amazing examples of unity through play. Monica is here with us, and Subhankar, I think. Can you turn on your cameras, and show us what you drew or wrote, Monica? Do you want to say something about it? Learning and sharing.
I will.
Oh, you're on mute now. Can you switch on the mic? Oh, I can't hear you.
Now?
Yes, now yes.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. I'm sorry that my pictures are not very nice, but I'm in the middle of a business trip and I only could put learning and sharing because for us, Autocoles is all about that. Autocoles allows school communities to transform their outdoor spaces into more flexible, diverse, and equal play spaces. And we achieve this through a pedagogical process that applies co-design as a methodology that uses art as a tool for social transformation. And in the main focus of our work is reusing materials and making networks and connection through the school community to transform this play space, these courtyards and outside spaces into more playful spaces. I'm sorry for the noise.
Thank you very much, Monica. No, nothing to be sorry about. It is fantastic to have you today with us. Thank you. Okay, now before we continue with the remaining part of this event, I would like to invite Mikael Hjörgren from Helsingborg in Sweden, Global Communication Business Partner for IKEA Inca Group in the Real Play Coalition. Mikael, can you show us your drawing?
Yeah, of course. And I was just when Corvus was showing his, I want to be like Corvus and be able to draw, but I painted this smiling face because I think that's what unites in play. I was going to draw like a tingling feeling in the stomach that you can have when you go by the swings, but I couldn't draw a stomach, so it ended with the mouth. So anyway, super happy, and thank you so much for all the participants here in this one. And just a few words. At IKEA, we're here to create a better everyday life for the many people, and we say that play is really in our DNA. And I think we believe it's in everything that we say and do. And what I like about play is basically it's ask for nothing in return. True play asks nothing in return, and play is the natural state of children. It's a natural state of mind, and connecting it back to my own two sons at home. Like every morning when I wake up, my son, the first thing he asks me is he wants to play together, and that continues on throughout the day. When I leave him at the kindergarten, I see he takes his first steps in, and he just looks for, okay, what is the place that I can play in? When I go to the playground, I see that he connects with other children, and play is the invisible language that everybody speaks. So it's just so fantastic that these projects that we see here really also take play outside the playground. So it's just fantastic, and I think that more the accessibility of play, so that more people can feel that what I'm trying to explain, the tingling feeling in the stomach that you get when playing. It's fantastic. So just truly amazing project, and so grateful for all your effort and creativity. So thank you all.
Thank you, Mikael. Yes, indeed. Okay, this was the end of the third category and the last one for this award. So it is time to ask any questions that you have, if you have not asked them. I see that some are already there, but while I introduce the panel that will answer your questions, please keep answering. Can we see the slide with the panel? Okay, so today with us we have Dr. Sara Candiracci, who is joining us from Milan in Italy. Sara is an urban planner, program manager, and social researcher with 20 years of professional experience in the field of inclusive and resilient urban development and planning, with a focus on vulnerable urban contexts. She currently leads ARUP's work in child-centered design and planning. Sara holds a PhD in urban planning with a thesis on the role of cultural heritage in social inclusion and placemaking in East Africa. Then we have with us Rongenzai Fambasai, and he's joining us from South Africa. Rongenzai is a children's rights lawyer by training, with over 10 years of progressive experience leading multi-donor projects. He brings a global outlook to his role, having previously worked with leading international and Pan-African child rights organizations, driving law reform, campaigns, and advocacy across Africa. And we have also today Viviana Cordero with us. Viviana is based in Rotterdam in the Netherlands, representing Placemaking X, and is the co-founder of Huasipichanga, an interdisciplinary collective for urban transformations. Within Huasipichanga, Viviana's focus is on the development of inclusive and child-friendly cities, sharing and developing tools to include kids in decision-making processes. Viviana has also been closely working on the organization of this award and probably communicating with many of you that are on the call, with many people with everyone who submitted. So she will be able to answer questions about the award process as well. So please use the section to ask them. Okay, so let me check then. We have a few questions here. let's start with the first one. I think maybe Rogindai, I think maybe this one I would direct to you. How can we tell city governments, particularly in poorer contexts, about why play needs to be a critical agenda for them?
Thank you.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. I think one of the critical piece and one critical component is to, work with civil society, work with government officials, and integrate play into ECD, but also appreciating that it takes time, especially in poor communities. It takes time to include children and specifically the right to play as a key fundamental right of children. So in poor communities, such as those that are in sub-Saharan Africa, it's critical to start the conversation. But that conversation does not only end with government, it also needs to include caregivers and it also needs to include parents because parents are critical in the conversation of knowing that children need to play. And play is an integral part of their development and it shapes them properly into choosing their career. I think I can respond by saying that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rongenzai. Looking at the other questions, maybe Sarah, maybe this one is for you. So how can we overcome the preconception of many people that play is not a serious business? Any advice to challenge that idea, maybe especially in the urban professions, that play is not a serious business?
Yeah, no, yeah. First, can I show you my design? I also wanted.
Yes, of course. I hope you have sent it to the folder as well. let us
No,
see.
because I think also my design explain a bit why play is important, and it's not something that is only silly. Even if I think that it's good to be silly sometimes. So I don't know if you can see my drawing. Can you see?
Can we come a bit closer to the camera together with the drawing?
Yeah.
No.
See. Like this?
Yes, like that. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So is because I think play. Maybe I sit down now. Because play is creates multiple benefits. It's good not only because first of all it's good to have fun. It's very important for our mental well-being. But because play really contributes and play-based activities contributes to several benefits, not only for children but for the entire society. As we saw today, it helps bringing communities together. So not only children, but the entire communities, also adults, youth, elderly people. So it creates this sense of cohesiveness, of belonging to a place. And then it's very important for, as I said, for our health, mental, healthy well-being, both physical and mental, and also for the climate, because it's good to see some examples of nature-based play that I also put in my drawing, because through intervention that look at play, but at the same time bringing nature back to cities and adding play elements into those interventions also has a great contribution to climate change. In addition to creating this connection between people, children and the environment, that is very important also to create a sense of belonging, of respect for the environment, because they learn how to care about the environment. And on the other hand, play is also good for business. And, I know that in many cases, when you talk with investors, city authorities, you need to, of course, show also the economic benefit of play interventions. And there is evidence showing that places where that attract families, people, children, they also are lively places, are multifunctional places that also create many economic opportunities and attract many business opportunities as investments as well. So that's why play is yes, is sometimes silly, and again, it's good to be silly because a playful mindset is there's also proof to show that help us live longer. So it's again, it's good to play at every age. And it is good for many, as I said, for many reasons. So it's a serious business, and there are ways for, and it's also important to be treated as such because it requires a holistic approach. because we need to see play beyond playgrounds, because in many cases play is only associated to playgrounds, looking at the built environment, while play can be embedded everywhere, as we saw from these great examples worldwide. And also requires the collaboration of multiple stakeholders. You need the political will from city authorities to develop policies and plans that support play in cities, but also requires the involvement of planners and also urban planners, so to design, to embed play into the built environment by design. At the same time, you need to have on board investors, because they need to prioritize investments that creates playful spaces, playful real estate investments, for instance. At the same time, you need communities to support also the social, kind of the soft infrastructure that is required to make play happen and support play activities. And then you need communities you need to involve also children, families into this process. So play it seems simple, but is very complex, especially when you start looking at it from different perspectives. But the fact that it's complex, it also means that by addressing it and bringing it to life, you create multiple benefits, as I just said.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, indeed. And maybe kind of to go further, to deepen your answer, I saw here a question that kind of connects to it, and I will direct it to Viviana. It says, cities for children means also climate resilient and inclusive cities for all. So how do you think we can get a greater impact on authorities and planners that keep designing cities as traditionally have been done for the last century, for example, focusing on cards and adult behaviors? So how do we impact planners and city authorities, Vivi?
Hi. Well, I think that it's very important that when we talk about sustainability, we talk about climate change, we're always talking about the future generations, right? But we are not doing sometimes anything about those generations right now as they are children. So I think just to put that conversation on the table with city authorities, asking them, for example, how many children are there in your city and how much of your budget are you using for them, for example, how many of the projects are actually for them, can trigger this idea of, yes, it's not the future that I'm looking at, it's the present when I have to act. And most public servants, most people working in the municipalities have children in their households, either they're their daughters or sons or nephews or nieces, but they, in a way, have that connection. So experiencing playful activities with them, taking them out to experience how the city is when you're a child, when you are maybe at a shorter height, and then you see the cars bigger or the sounds louder. It's really just an experience of understanding how the cities are built. We always go with the public servants to the playgrounds and see if they fit on the swings or on the different design elements, because play is also about connecting, right, with the community. And sometimes we make these playgrounds only for children, and we forget that children want to play with their families or their caregivers. So I think only going out, experiencing the city from this perspective is what opens everybody's minds to work towards that, and that will create more inclusive cities.
Amazing point, Vivi. Especially on this, amazing point, especially on this, that play is for all, and that maybe the best way to influence these adults is to let them and invite them to play as well together with children. Great. Please, keep your camera on, Vivi, because we are almost at the end of this event. And as someone who was really crucial part of this, the representative of Placemaking X as the crucial part of this award, I would like you to invite you to say a few closing words about your experience, especially because you were also involved in the first edition. This is the second edition of the Real Play Cities Challenge Award.
Yes, thank you everyone, and of course congratulations to the winners and to the highly commented projects. I did bring also two playful elements to show a little bit why we've made this challenge. And so I have these dice here that it's very playful, but at the same time it shows that it's a matter of luck. How much luck do you have? And I think one of the reasons why we started the challenge is because we don't want only lucky children to be able to play. We don't want to leave play to be whether people have luck to have it or not, but we want to take action. And we really want cities to take action towards play. So when we started this challenge, it was also about connection. And this is maybe what I draw, that play is connection and connection is well-being. And probably not only connection to other people or to the community, but also connection with the environment and with the ecosystem. And this is why climate action is also such an important topic today for us. But when we initiated the challenge, and still today, we are convinced that this is a way to use playful placemaking to help cities overcome these pressing global challenges in their local communities. We all know that by 2050, 70% of the children will be living in cities. So we really have to unite efforts to make sure that we are playing that part in designing urban environments that will allow those best conditions for children's development. So we are really proud to see this network of play advocates growing. Today we have 6 winners and 8 highly commented projects who are joining the 10 winners of the first edition. So by now we already have 24 best practices and inspiring case studies that will really give that inspiration for any city or any urban practitioner willing to have sustainable urban transformation. But the network, I think, is also not just these 24 winners, but we've had over 250 organizations from all 6 continents and more than 40 countries joining our webinars on playful placemaking, sharing the interest on working in this topic. And so together we are actually building evidence on how to play and how play can heal people, support climate action, and unite us all. So we want to finalize maybe with a call of action. Don't leave play to luck, really act for it. You can be part of this network by sharing the inspiring case studies, maybe with cities and urban practitioners that will need to see how can it be done. We'll need to learn about methodologies, impacts, and the strategy of the winners, but also not only to find inspiration to include play in your own context. You can also give us inspiration. You can be part of this network by joining the conversation in our social media, in our LinkedIn group, and yeah, following us and sharing with us your experience in all social media for the Real Play City Challenge. So we are an open network hoping to grow and have way more advocates for playful placemaking around the world.
Thank you so much, Vivi. Amazing, amazing words. I've got chills, and that's probably, you know, that stomach sensation that Mikhail was talking about. Okay, so this brings us to the very end of this event, and I would like, on behalf of the Real Play Coalition and Placemaking X, to thank all the participants, winners, jury members, and our speakers today. Can we see the slide? We're seeing the slide. Okay, so to reflect on our journey today and in relation to also what Viviana was just telling about. So these red and the blue dots that you can see on the screen are places where we have been today. And you can see also these gray dots, which are all the places from which we received applications for this Real Play Cities Challenge award. It is an incredible group of people all around the world that have demonstrated the power of play. Also, can we see the next slide? So in the background, we have also been busy collating the images that you have been sending to the folder. Thank you so much. Oh, it's so nice to see many of them here. I was worried that no one would like to play, but everyone loves to play. Play is a serious business. Yes, what can we see here? Kindness, freedom, joy, togetherness, escape, awareness, empathy, joy, beauty, community, joy again, future, and hope. Let's keep the momentum going. Thank you very much.